Hey, good afternoon. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have some amazing weekend plans, even if that just means relaxing, because that's always amazing. I wanted to come on today because I have had so many people come to me over the past few months telling me that they've always had this dream of writing a book or that they've written one and they just don't know what to do with the manuscript. And it's one of these things where I'm like, I totally get it because I wrote my first book 14 years ago and it just sat around for 14 years because I didn't know what to do next. And it's one of those things where it's really confusing and you really feel like you're running into a whole bunch of dead ends when you don't know what to do. Traditional publishing, one of those things where if you are not a well-known author already, they don't really care. Too bad, so sad. The cool thing is that self-publishing is becoming a massive industry, and if you know the right way to market your book, which is what I'm going to teach you, it doesn't matter that you don't have this big publishing house behind you. You can get it to the right readers, and you can also move your book to a traditional publisher after you've created your own reputation, so you're not boxed in. So it's one of these things where we have so many opportunities. You don't have to write a book and then spend the next 5 years trying to get a literary agent. You can actually get it out there in a few months. And that's what I'm going to be teaching everybody. Starting October 15th, I'm hosting the Get Your Book Published workshop. It is all about going from concept to writing it, to publishing it, to marketing it, step by step, so that you know exactly what to do. Because that's what held me up all those years. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's next. I'm scared. How do I do this? How do I do that? Because there's a lot of steps and it feels really overwhelming when you do not know what you're doing. And there's nobody out there teaching this. I even took a creative writing course when I was in college, and they didn't go over any of the publication process. They didn't go over how to write a back cover, how to find your ideal market, how to get it out there, how to, go to and get your book in consignment in bookstores. How do you actually do all of these things that are beyond writing the book? Now, I know if you're somebody who hasn't even started writing, you're like, whoa, that sounds scary because I haven't even written the damn thing. That's okay. We're going to be going step by step, literally from the concept to writing it, to how to get past writer's block, to how to do a professional back cover, all these things that are going to really be important components of writing your book. So we're going to go from step to step. So no matter where you are in the writing process, you're going to have the help you need, editing, all that kind of stuff. I'm also going to be looking at a portion of your book that you're going to send me, and I'm going to give you some feedback. So you're going to be able to get a little bit of that kind of feedback that's really helpful as an author, because we all love our own work. We all just go this is the best thing that's ever existed. But it's really helpful to get feedback from somebody to be able to go, oh, okay, I didn't see it from that perspective. We're going to talk about also the wonderful things about how to get your book out there in different ways that doesn't cost a lot of money, because at the end of the day, you want to make money with it. You don't want to have to spend a fortune on marketing costs, and there's a lot of inexpensive ways to do it, but there are some right ways to do it and some wrong ways to do it. So I'm going to be teaching how to get it out to the right people so that it is getting out there to the mass market that you want to reach. So hi, Felicia. Yes, definitely lots of important stuff. So it really is this it feels like an overwhelming process, but when we break it down into bit by bit, it's really manageable. And that's why this is going to be a 3-week course. Every day you're going to show up and the information is going to be left available to you. You're going to go through section by section, work wherever you're at, take in the information for the next steps, and you're going to know what to do. And that's really liberating, because it's really intimidating looking at the whole process and going, okay, well, I get the whole idea behind writing my book, but then what's next? And what's next is big. What's next is a lot of steps. And if we chunk them down into bite-sized bits, they're manageable, they're doable, and you can get your book from written to published really fast. That's why I've been mentioning, guys, you can get your book out in about 2 to 6 months. It depends on what you're writing. If you're writing something in the self-help or nonfiction genre, definitely we can get it out in 2 months. And I'm not exaggerating. That's how fast I was able to get Manifesting on Purpose out there, written, edited, and published with the cover and all the extra little bits they have to figure out. All that stuff was done in 2 months. You can do it in 2 months. If you're writing something more in the fiction genres, it takes longer. It just does, because usually you're writing something that is a longer manuscript, takes a little bit longer to edit it, and there are also more components into building a story than there are to writing something in the nonfiction genre where we're generally just talking about information that we already know. So that's kind of where that timeline's coming from, but we are really talking 2 to 6 months. You can do your book. You can actually have it out there. It is my goal that everybody who takes this course gets their book out there for the new year. Like right in that wonderful, there's this wonderful, gorgeous thing that happens at the beginning of January where it's a really wonderful time. It's a fresh start. If you have always had this desire to get a book out there, you're going to get it out there and be a published author in 2019 for sure. But you got to do the work. You got to take that step. You got to believe in yourself that you can do this, because it's a commitment. But I can tell you, like, if you say, I want this and I know I really want this, I can show you the way, because I know people are like, well, what if I start writing it and then I don't know what to do, or I get sidetracked, or I hit writer's block? And we're going to cover all this stuff, guys. We're going to go over how do you write it? How do you not get off track? How do you make sure that it gets done? We're going to talk timelines. We're going to talk editing. We're going to talk all of it is going to be this big complete package on how to do it. Because if you're like somebody who just doesn't know, like, okay, well, I could write it, but then I don't know how to publish it, or I think I could publish and write it, but how do I market it? Like, how does marketing work? I've never done anything with marketing. If that's you, this is for you, because you're going to be learning every single step of the way. You're going to figure out, how do you do social media marketing for free? How do you do pay-per-click marketing on the right sites, targeting the right audience, because that is key. How do you get into the hands of people who are going to put it up on their website for you? How are you going to do that? And that's what we're going to be covering, so that you can get it out there effectively to the right people, so that your book sells. Because at the end of the day, if it's not selling, it's not getting into anybody's hands, it's not being read, and then what's the point? So we're going to be covering all of that stuff. It's going to be freaking fantastic. I'm going to put up a post here in a couple minutes. It's going to chunk out all of the stuff that we're going to be covering. I do have early bird pricing available up until the 30th, so that's this Sunday. So if you're on the fence, make the decision this weekend, because I promise you, if you've been thinking about it, you should do it. Anybody can write a book. And I know that sounds like, what do you mean anybody can write a book? Not everybody is a writer. You can write a book. There is something that you've done in your life. There's a hobby you're good at. There's a skill you have. There's an experience you've had that would benefit other people to be able to share it in a book. And it doesn't matter what the topic is. If you look out there, there's topics on everything out there. I mean, you could write a book about how to make the best quilt, and people are out there who want to read that. So trust me when I say you have something to share that other people would love to read about. So think about it. Think about what it is you'd like to write about. If you have no idea, don't worry. That's going to be pretty much day one in the course, is we're going to be chunking out the ideas. We're going to get the concept, and we're going to get to work on it. So I'm so excited to do this with you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you'd like more information, like a full course breakdown sent to you, just send me a message. I will email you so that you have all of the information available to know what to expect. And we're going to get to work, and we're going to make some dreams come true this year. So woo woo. I'm so excited. Anyways, have an amazing day. Get in touch, and I'll talk to you guys later.